Yeah, for me, this has got to start pretty hot for PRX here on the attack, considering what we've seen previously as well.
For me, it's
straight
recovery.
up, yeah, no secrets about this on the way in.
No subtlety either. Don't want to commit off the back of it, and there's the first step. Forsaken goes in, happy to put himself on the line, make himself almost untradeable, but actually he's fine. He's held his own for now, and it's a 1-for-1 trade out. Crow gone, and as is Jing. Oh, Forsaken, that is nastiness. Pillar is his, sight is theirs. 3 of ZETA. Trying to play this back in, but already you can see Forsaken. He's got that timing down. That wrap's looking good. I think he saw the jump peek as well. Didn't quite get as much as he wanted of that, but it's contact and it's good enough. The cross could come in now if they want to. Tries to avoid the spam and make their way through at least towards the rafters.
Forsaken actually looking to wrap back behind this, yeah.
This puts a little bit of pressure on Divide, for example, because he has to stay present. And okay, they take him off the spike. That's fine. Laz did find Forsaken, but there's still bodies to deal with, and time is of the essence and a huge factor. And Divide is playing this well. Like, just wait, he just leaps into his death. Wait, what's going on? No way. The spam is so good. They still don't get into halfway either. Heartbreak happened.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go. Hello. And dealt with, deleted, Forsaken quick to it. They've got a plan. They have a step-by-step list of how to achieve this A-site control, which will force a reaction. Now again, this round, it's not too much to write home about. It's pistols. It should be 5 standing, ideally, for PRX here, so they should be able to get that plant down. Forsaken on patrol, doing so well towards Sugar Zero, and he's farming now. He's feeling it. He wants a little bit more. He's going to get a little bit more. And there was nothing left to try and play with. But Jing doing very nicely there, going to get himself bolstered up towards that ult, nice and early too. But 2 on the board for
Let's see if that continues. Spread a little thin this time, so at least show some presence towards mid here. Again, the next thing really is to them for a... I was going to say, for them to address Laz.
Yeah, you can't lazy clear Laz, I think we've noted. Now he's actually in so much danger. Forced out in the end, you can see the amount of utility just tailor-made for him to force him into an undesirable scenario, and did Depp get away with that? He's kind of recontrolled this. It's really on a knife's edge though, but PRX are now exploring other areas. They're going to pull players away from Heaven potentially, which is exactly the right read here if they do try and address this B site. There is still 1 player waiting though, and they should be aware of the possibility of that.
Benkai noted.
That's
huge. Huge for him, give him lots
but
of time.
The timing.
Is it Alan to pass? This is huge from Benkai.
Ice cold play by Benkai. He could be the knife in the back. The brick in the small of the back right now because ZETA are doing well. But it's all on Benkai to temper this. It's 1. It's 2. It's gorgeous work from Benkai. And it's an upgrade. No, it's not. Tell a lie. Oh, he doesn't need it. Benkai is just a beast, but he gets dealt with by 10. But the threat of 1 has been a huge problem. So
yes.
Just going to pop the ult, show presence, flash comes in. Didn't get any note of it, I'm sure, because I'm almost certain that Benkai dipped into sewer by that point. But this is really good to watch if you're a PRX fan, because they have to deal with this man who's on the other side. Here, he's kept you. You're a lucky boy. You're a lucky boy. And Laz gets to live for another day.
Well, another big question, right, in terms of the adjustment. If ZETA fold in mid, what's the next step? What's the difference in setup?
Where's the protocols? We haven't really seen that tested enough to warrant the change.
But they've had it for free. They've had it for free in previous series.
And here, it boils down to what you were saying, though. This, 10 having the weight of the world on his shoulders, 5 players about to be on the other side, and 1 judge in his hands. He's got to know there's danger. He delivers on 1. He doesn't quite get it once on the second. The tag is fine, but it's not going to be the dream. Now, time being bought, though. The investment of the ult should reveal everything. Crow's going to commit, though. Flash is there. Does he get to keep his life? He does. Crow's still standing. The explosion goes astray, but the spray is good. Depp and Laz still do what they need, and it brings it to a 1v1. And the push through on the smoke. Map 2, that kind of weird tempo change, that pace change. Laz committing a great deal to this, but who slipped? Look at that. Oh, he saw him! You can't run and you can't hide from Laz. That's an upgrade and a half. He's going to be happy in this. Venomous in the hold. And he knows that there was danger. They tried to switch up, and 10 now. Adjusted to middle. And let's see if PRX identify this quickly enough, what their plan is now with a different look given to them.
Still kicks, that's for sure. 10 has to respect it initially. Depp here to can heal back up, but Sugar Zero elsewhere going to find Mind Freak trying to slip through onto B site.
But I guess you can't read too much, right? Because the ults come in, so I don't want to overread into this round. And again, it is just on those pistols. So if once again they're still testing that A main, like, okay, are we still going to be seeing the 10s over here on these kind of anti-eco rounds? How can we approach this? Where can we kind of get these reads from? Because I still think it's hard to read ZETA here, or maybe not read. They can read them, but it's them finding the answer, right? The formula that works. And with that off-tempo, almost mid-take hit that kind of got brought back in, PRX, I think, should be mulling over some ideas as to how to approach
30
this
seconds
now.
left.
Hello.
Should be. Yeah, should be noted on the back of that.
They're on B.
Crossfire set up for this,
Oh.
and it's a perfect gravity well.
It's lovely work, isn't it? Nice attempt from Jing there. Tries to close in.
Whether or not that forces Laz a little deeper this time around, actually, he's the only one towards mid.
Negative tap over depths here early on.
See, immediately he's pinged out here. Immediately the pings come through on the minimap. And no real value on the back of that early engagement, though.
Maybe, I guess they invested a little bit more utility quicker, but that window of opportunity is very fine if they
I mean,
want
the
to try and
paint shell, the
exploit that.
boombot's gone, so it's for me, it almost feels like a win for ZETA in that regard.
Yeah, if you look at the trade out, I think you're absolutely right, but it looks quite a simple piece coming towards that B site, maybe feeling this could be enough with his two players, and they don't seem too fussed about middle just yet either. They can focus their attentions here, but the plant is coming in, that late lurk is on the way.
Spike planted.
Freak finds one, finds two! Stunner of a shot, Divide goes up, Jing wants in. Let's get a glimpse, but the pop... Woo! Quick enough on the way back through. Crow, now, wait, he got two? No shot does he get to, and Sugar Zero finds the back of the site. Where's Benkai? Where's Mind Freak? They need to get there now! The defuse! He comes off it, he waits, he waits! And he'll go. A quick jump up towards the ramps, and Jing wants to try and close in, though. That's a bit of an issue, because Crow, I mean, how much does he get? He get tagged up a little on the way down. No subtlety to that, and Laz, unfazed, unmoved, and now Forsaken, the next challenger, does succeed towards the one player who's the swing factor in middle, and maybe a new way to address it, attack it through ropes, pull him away from position, but it is a 4v4.
Crow just gets away from that slow orb as well. PRX have heaven control here, considering actually.
You will not kill my allies.
We'll find the res, yeah. Jing
Massive.
back on his feet now. So a 5v4 for PRX. Flash will confirm presence once again. But again, it's 10 tucked into sight. What can he do to slow this down?
Well, it's a bit of a Sophie's choice, really, unless you could do that. 10 so sharp towards Divide. Forsaken gets a quick trade out. He's ready for the fight on Pillar. 10 is unrelenting. That's two already. Underhand nade, and the fight towards CT. And 10's on the swing towards Forsaken. This is madness. Oh, he almost caught him in the heels. Now a 1v2. How much more can one man do for his side? He waits. He falls away. And he gives them a little paranoia, a little worry that you've now lost me. You don't know where I am, and they are running. They want that spike away from him, but there is a trap waiting in CT.
Jing will hear that. He'll have heard that drop into ropes there, so...
Mirroring
10 seconds
movement.
left.
Jing's so ready for it. 10 has to somehow clear this perfectly. I just don't think he's going to get it. And just that up towards that ramp, so you're not going to be able to get that same springboard effect, but you can get a little bit more pressure.
That's in a position I was talking about, they never play.
Here.
So almost trying to address this freedom that PRX have had towards heaven. Initially, don't like the look of something.
Yep.
Sugar Zero's posted up just outside B main with a bucky. Boombot's gone. There's nothing else in terms of fact finders other than the dash of Forsaken to really clear out some of these close angles. He's got no cloud burst either, so he has no smoke to dash into.
They've actually met the rotation correctly. Now, it is going to be a 3v4 on site, but those buckies and judges, it's nasty work. Ball goes up. Crow going to try and do a little bit of damage on the way in. Not going to find what he wants, but the slow's going to hinder the approach. Pop the ult on the way out. Jing's going to send it, finds it. Crow's gone now. And you got to look at ZETA. There's bodies here, but Benkai on that late lurk coming through middle as well. Going to be finding 10. That's now that danger element gone in the back lines. Good cleanup from Jing. This is better from PRX. Very composed in these moments, but it's still on the knife's edge. And that site is not for free. And the spike's not on this site anymore.
As soon as that pressure comes
Really
through,
nice.
PRX, no.
Satchel out.
And they revert back to this A hit.
Yep, they found what works. You can see the pace to it. Jing straight through, hot knife through butter, and he still wants to keep moving. Pressure applied. Spam comes in. Pro has to fall away, has to respect that early investment. They lose vision, but look at Forsaken on the other side of the map, just absolutely unleashing. On his own, taking a fight and loses the fight. Sugar Zero holds the ground that's so necessary, but still you've got Jing just... Actually, that's a big reveal of presence still noted, but they're going to lose track a little bit of PRX intentions here.
I feel like PRX just have this setup completely figured out, at least with what they're trying to achieve in the early round.
Yes.
Unfortunate here for Forsaken to almost try and be a wildcard factor. He's nullified very quickly. Benkai is still going to try and creep through this poison orb.
He's such a nuisance. He's been such a problem, Benkai. And it's hard to get a lurk on this team. We've been praising the likes of Laz and Tenyo for always dealing with this sort of thing, but he has been a real thorn in the side. But Sugar Zero readjusted now, 40 seconds. And they're creeping. No utility invested just yet. No tells given. And there it is, first commitment. And they try and wrap towards Pillar.
Tuck in.
He tucks in and he waits. And it's going to be depth from above. Can at least deliver one, but Mind Freak on the quick trade. You can see Sugar Zero one's back in. He's not going to get it. Dealt with by Divide. And now the 2v2, and you've got to know where these players are. 10 is a mile away. Crow a mile away. And Mind Freak is so deep towards CT. They have so many problems. ZETA have no control on this, and this lurk, this wrap, it's cooked. Oh, the quick turn! The Seekers just saved the day. 10 now just going to explode towards the side. He knows there's one on his own. Takes down Devi. Can they deal with Mind Freak though? 1v2. The flash, it's so good! And Crow's there. That was on a knife's edge. Those Seekers saved him.
I mean, you can see Crow was like, wait, what?
Before scenes. We have the operator coming out actually. Hold on, this is different Forsaken. Is he going to bring it up close towards 10? Judge, the operator, has been heard. And now the palm's getting a little sweaty here on this corner. Okay, 10 opts to back away. Gives up that early control, but there's no quick take towards the ramp. You can already see the deeper hold coming out from Crow, though.
Boombot will be thrown out. Again, PRX just waiting for an overpeak here. Looking to punish with this operator. Camera will clear through hell, and actually the Boombot's going to miss him on the first, but should... Yeah, and actually it's going to get a tag as well. Paranoia to follow through.
He's in absolute pieces. He can't do anything from this. Jing's delivered it so well. Takes a side, spins around, no one's there. Forsaken deals with CT. There is still one towards Heaven, but they're already on the case. PRX looking absolutely locked into this round. Dep, Sugar Zero, and Laz. I mean, Dep's not even really equipped for this. Trying to play it back in with a judge is never going to be easy. So the 5 players for PRX are in such prime position now.
Careful.
Really difficult for ZETA to even get this one going. Considering the res? No, it's the rifle swap.
And they got him for free. How was no one watching this? And again, that spike could be a problem. They're gonna put a divide up. And if there's a nuisance in the back lines, but no, Forsaken just did such valuable work to take that down. Oh, Sugar 0-3 and Forsaken!
PRX actually now find themselves 2 rounds ahead. ZETA down to pistols. Can they tie this half up? We've seen how effective they've been in thrifty rounds previously, but
right.
This is a tall order. Benkai taking a ton of damage there actually over on the other side of the map.
They're trying to pressure mid as well. Jing needs to be careful of 10 now. Again, he's so tunnel vision towards the top. He doesn't see it. Laz gets a bullet to the side of the brain, but while this happens, PRX back to business. Doesn't quite get above that. Sugar Zero on the other side. Benkai down low, can't be as proactive. But still, you got this just vision across Forsaken trying to be the sentinel for the side, but he has to tuck his head down. Respect the players on the other side here. Again, Mind Freak now noted. 10 finds Forsaken, and it's game back on. Devi re-aggressing though, back towards main, and the TP trying to draw them away, trying to get himself out of danger. Because they've pulled the rotations, but there's 45 seconds. They could still try and explore the rest of the map, but they do not have a player advantage anymore.
The problem being that damage is so key because it forces Benkai to play safe. Doesn't want to risk anything in this lurk, as PRX actually...
They have to play as a pack, right?
Yeah, they commit to this now, but they're going to leave Benkai posted up. And look at ZETA. You're absolutely right. It's the death ball towards A site.
You can't just go one-on-one with, you know, a rifle and armor. You have to stay as this pack, and they've gambled it right. They've got the guess right, and they've got contact. That's enough. That should be a signifier. And look at the damage again. Divine out down low. Rez comes in. They know there's a chance. That late lurk in middle has to be essential. The spike is down, and the two on the side. How much can you do? Can you bail your side out from what could be a tragedy in the making? And Benkai, they've got to know it. It's Benkai. They've got to know he's on the lurk, and is he backing away?
They've read it so
He's
well.
backing away. This is exceptional from ZETA. The unbelievable again, 5-6. PRX, man. They're trying every approach towards ZETA. This is no discredit to them. This is an outplay at times by ZETA, but it is 5-6. And again, there's still problems. And look at the pace towards middle. It's a pace change. The gear shift. They want to try and get early damage done.
Again, it should be a big indicator with the Vipers, but over towards A that there's going to be a little bit of freedom, or at least an opportunity to address mid. And
where are they?
10, man.
10.
Not again.
10. This is nastiness. That's one. Oh, he gets the second as well. Paint shell to follow. That's the spike now seen. Jing's been found out as well. He's got away with nothing. And somehow ZETA dig deeper again. This is unbelievable scenes as Benkai is just battling with everything he's got. This is never meant to be the way this goes, as Benkai and Mind Freak presented the conundrum.
Zero's back, sorry.
And they've got to clear it. You have to body check that. There's no other way to do it.
Tripwire destroyed.
How much can you do? You'd rather go to the known than the un. So you're going to head over towards the A site. Yep, that Viper pit's still there. He knows that Laz will be around somewhere, but what can I do about it? Nothing. So plant. His best opportunity now. And a 1v3. He wants, I feel like you've got to get one. But Laz is not going to give you an easy option. And the other two are double stacked up, but a bit of timing now. Maybe divine intervention. He gets to thread through, but there's a double stack and a double face. And we are tied up at 6-6. What is
That
this game,
thrifty
Mike?
round, man, just puts it back and they actually draw this half.
And the dream run, the nightmare can become a reality. We can throw you all the taglines, but what this is two teams giving it everything they absolutely have. Anything in the tank that's left is being drawn out now. ZETA on the attack, PRX on the defense.
And really here, Zeta's default is going to be tested because we know how PRX is going to play this. Initially here, very, very passive hold actually. On the side of PRX, and ZETA sending out probes. Themselves pretty deep control here and actually forced out the wall towards B Heaven as well before Saken actually will show his hand.
Good work.
Tagged onto Sugar Zero. Should be able to get the heal from depth though. Yeah, just waiting on timing here. Should be another 15, well, maybe 10 seconds left on this wall, but they have to clear back through with the Trailblazer so deep here.
Yeah. Again, Forsaken's position alone, and that shot is devastating. Is huge. It's allowing for that additional player to kind of be that swing rotation, but they've actually pulled the player back towards B for the defensive side, giving ZETA a favourable fight towards A.
Yeah, Benkai split from his camera now. He's still got a set of eyes over towards A side.
30 seconds left.
Jing just posted, waiting for the waterfall.
They know what's coming. They can sense it, they can hear it, and there they see it, and now the drop down. Jing, how long do you wait? How much do you let happen here? This could all fall apart. He does get it. He finally pulls the trigger, and it's good. Jing's still going to try and check through. It's going to be messy, but it's worked real nice for PRX here. It looks like this should be theirs. Laz, you know that. Player a little deeper towards B main, alleviating that rotation, allowing you to have the additional man there. Really nice work, and just kind of absconding away from middle. Obviously that will change now going forward. Swing, almost doubled down on that. Laz could have been dead and buried. And the aggression Jing wants to unleash. He wants back in on this game. He wants to fire up here. And the right time to do it. You need a little bit of that momentum builder yourself, and they know there's still someone around here.
Player
That's
standing.
going to get dealt with now. Sugar
Spike
Zero
down,
can
mid.
slip through, but just a classic to work with here. It's going to get dug out here. We'll get spotted. Saken just playing with his food for the knife there.
So you know their money is frayed.
Dep actually brings the light shield into this. 10 actually missing his blast back, so you have to play this one out a little slower. No burst potential here. Forsaken actually, at least initially here, pressuring towards, and that's going to force Sugar Zero deeper and deeper, and potentially force ZETA to invest a second member towards B main. See, actually, the camera going to set up the paranoia plate. ZETA actually drifting, well, at least the spike drifting towards A here, so could be a little bit of an opportunity to
I dropped the spike.
thread the needle almost through this setup.
The timing's there. I think they're just starting to really check mid. Now, obviously, with the wall there, they're going to respond in kind. And there was a window of chance, and I think that might have just slipped away. But they will at least get a good start to this. If you're looking at ZETA, on the other side for PRX, they're a little bit behind the curve. But not by it much, because Jing is diving in. Head first for Halos. He falls forward and finds 10. Looks for more. It's Divine from up above. The ramps his gun. There we go. He's back. He's fine. It's all good. Don't worry. It's definitely not panicked. And it's a 3v3, but it's Spectres against Rifles. This is the bonus for PRX.
Oh, that's good. They're so concerned that somebody's actually tucked into sight. I think that's because Benkai hasn't actually been noted just yet. Mind Freak, though, he's ready. He's holding this elbow cross. ZETA going to stack up.
Are they going to swing CT, or are they just going to try and at least get to Pillar? I'm curious if they're feeling... Yeah, okay. They at least keep a mind towards it. With that time limit, they kind of had to play that a little bit more passively, at least make sure that they get the plant down and have no problems on the way in. But this playback is still an issue, and the damage depth down to 59 HP. Instantly checked in, forced to play a little more passive. The angle's not his anymore. Depp does at least find Divide, but the trade's there. Benkai on it, and now Benkai the only one. But it's still Benkai!
I mean, the problem being now there's an operator on the board. So these early round protocols are going to be tested even further on the side of ZETA. Forsaken has pretty much been given the total freedom on this side of the map.
Forsaken just having this control.
It's so early that he's going to spot somebody as well, Lauren. That's the thing. Even if he's
right.
traded, it's so early.
Yeah, the value is there. And Sugar Zero, it's going to be his job to try and deal with this, I feel like, eventually. But again, what are you meant to do about it? Forsaken has been bullish in approach. More to be tested eventually, but Depp.
Well, because of the previous round as well, it's one rifle and 4 pistols coming into this.
They know that.
So almost banking on PRX kind of overstepping it. Forsaken's going to hear the drop.
He's going hunting for it as well. Confidence.
Still finds it, man.
This guy is quick as anything today, and there's nothing available for ZETA here. They are being given no opportunities. Laz, the King of Hearts himself, trying to do something with that hero rifle to hand, but it's not going to be easy. 10's by his side, and he does at least have that Sheriff to play with. So they do get the cross building up towards ramp. That does give them the fight over towards Jing, who's been an absolute beast on the other side, really finding some nasty form. All about to dissipate. And actually the early, a little bit of a check from Laz. I like that, trying to play ahead of the time, but there's still Mind Freak as well, playing towards Pillar. 15 seconds, trying to facilitate that cross. Jing finds 10, and now he's lost his teammate. And he's losing that timing on this round. There's the ult pop. He knows he's dead, but he drags one with him to the grave. 8 seconds now. Can they try and do anything? It looks like the answer is no, as Crow is the only one here. And PRX really...
See how they address.
Oh, he's walking mid.
Yeah, he's
an animal right now. Forsaken might be finding a form that we've not yet seen, but Sugar Zero's found Mind Freak. So playing over towards that A ramp position, Forsaken still wants to be the aggressor, be the one to find it. There's 2 potential victims, but they stand up to it, but they whiff it. They absolutely make a meal of it, but it's a 1-for-1 trade out. Forsaken's still going to do a little bit of damage on the way back in, but it's at such a player disadvantage now.
actually Divine Jing.
Keen
to actually find Sugar Zero. But he's got the audio cue. He's got the timing on this.
Oh, Sugar Zero's backfilled this perfectly. Give him a little bit of time to work. You've still got him in on the board. This could be a disaster. 10, what are you doing? Drifting through middle like this.
The spike.
This could have all gone wrong, and they were already considering this. No, you just watched a tragedy in the making unfold in front of your eyes. And they've given up the advantage. They lost the spike in the worst place possible. And Laz tries to find some room to work, but they have just given every advantage away.
It's a tragedy. The one round, actually, where Laz comes across, invests the wall here. Benkai actually adjusts with the utility, the spy cam, to spot that walkout. Because Laz, notorious for lurking behind this, creating so much pressure towards backside of beat. They recover the spike, but a 2v3.
Yeah.
PRX actually willing to sit deeper here and force the plant.
Yeah.
They just want to play numbers in the retake.
This is the right plan. Now the ult could have added a little bit of an issue to it. And Benkai wants in. Benkai tries to just get ahead of it. Nasty work. Trying to maybe just deny the plant. And Jing's going to unleash as well. They're just going to dive in on this one. Seeker's going to at least reveal that position. And Laz swings on it. 1v1 now. Divine up against Laz. And you can see the position Laz is going to. This is so dangerous. Divine, desperate to find it. A pixel.
There's a gap on the left side here.
Does he see? Laz just tipped out. And on the other side is Devi, and they're going to green on the other side of the wall. Laz holds, and
Well,
this man, he doesn't know when. He doesn't stop, and he's quick to this. He is fast at pushing down mid. He's cleared relatively well towards Sewer. There's 3 on the other side, and this is the plan. And it looks like it's being read. 2 players on guard, on duty. 25 HP. He's trying to make it out of there, and he will at least keep his life for now, and hoping for a little heal.
We're actually 10 seconds away from another smoke here to invest elsewhere. I'm happy to just shoulder this for the time being. Nobody from ZETA. I mean, they're so hesitant to drift in here because it's the total unknown.
Yeah.
Without a kill being drawn here, they haven't been in here enough. The swap out Forsaken now with the judge in hand.
Jing not clean on the first shot, can at least give him a chance here. You has to respect the utility invested.
He's so
Gets out
lucky
so
not
quick.
to get that damage.
But look at Laz, he was teed up for this. He'd already kind of lingered deep enough, lurked far enough towards A to be able to catch that. Now, do they scrap this plan because they're walking into what is essentially a trap? I don't know if they saw Forsaken, but he's pushing forward. He's going to get one, but it's only traded. sugarzero not going to let it slip. 28 seconds out, they've got to make the play, but there's 2 on the site. Devi is here ready to greet them with a smile. And the 3 pause for patience. The res comes out, 10 back on his toes, but there's still Mindfreak. They haven't cleared this. The wall goes up, the slow's there. Devi can lean through. Finds 1, finds 2. They're still doing the damage. 10 seconds. They have to make this play. And Depth's the one to do it. Benkai's nowhere near this. The spike. Where is the plant? They're looking for him. They found him. sugarzero
Allows them to swing that round.
Oh, we're back underway. It's quite quick. They're already pushing up.
Thing with a shorty, by the way.
Yep.
Right there.
Excuse me. So they've noticed at least some more players, bit of a stack coming out. They do need to still be quite careful on the way in, but they have broken the back of the economy of PRX for now. So they've just kind of, you know, down to like 1K, 2.1. But they still need to be careful because you saw the Thrifties coming out from ZETA. You know that PRX could do the same thing.
Again, Forsaken.
How is he here?
Yeah, how?
The sewer rat, just chilling.
It was just sugarzero is just, he's so shook by this early pressure. It's like, yeah, Jing's come through. Somebody else is going to walk it, right?
Yeah, maybe Forsaken is around.
Is it considered? It has to be, surely.
They've got it. Yeah, look how intently they are clearing every single corner because of that singular man waiting. Oof. And it just feels like you're funneled them back in towards B, right?
I think Forsaken just heard sugarzero and Spawn,
No
but
more charges
actually
left.
no, because the rotation's going
They
towards
go
A
towards
here.
A.
No
It's
more
a mystery.
charges
Benkai's going to call for support, but already they're pretty far off this. And look how deep sugarzero's holding again. So again, for now, Benkai, you can't do much. It's almost too much to ask. That was the fight I was curious about. If Forsaken maybe got a bit of timing on sugarzero, gets the rifle, could have made a play. Devi and Mindfreak, uncomfortable situation to say the least. Now you've lost that lurk in the back lines. You're not going to be able to depend on that. Now you know there's a time frame. You've got 5 players to clear with rifles. So for them, it feels like a formality here. There's a couple of the danger elements weren't really made up on. And if they can get a couple on the way out, that'd be ideal. They're exploring towards CT. Crows want to go forward with the Spectre, so he's fine doing this. He's happy to do it. That's 2 to be cleaned up. ZETA take the lead.
Oh, potential for the Seekers as well in this round.
What does ZETA do? I still feel like this is knife's edge game, and I know we've said it before, but I'll keep saying it because you can see it. And then we're going straight in towards this, though. They keep powering through. 10, gonna pop the ult. Sees nothing, takes the space. Happy with that? Okay, but where do I send this now? Leans on in. Nothing. Gets nothing for it. Space on its own, but it's a 3-play stack. They have read nothing of this as well. This is so dangerous. Pain Shell gonna come out. That should at least be a little indicator of something, but this is not enough. They're still above a minute, though, but do they commit? 10 certainly does. He's already down. Looks for the first, finds it, no shot. He didn't see the player towards the top of rafters, though.
That's it, Devi with the backstab. He's found the second as well. 10 will fall. And that's the spike noted.
This is huge. Seeker's still going to lead the way, and they're replaying towards middle. You've got 2 players working up towards mid. sugarzero's just a distraction, just to pull the attention. Crow's got it. He's got the spike to get out. They're just trying to get out of danger. Benkai pops the ult to try and find some information, and Crow peels on back. They've still got a bit of timing to work with. Laz trying to lead the team, but you've got Forsaken on the other side. This is surely a shutdown. This can't happen. Forsaken will not let them cross, and they've lost the map control because Forsaken stands here. He's holding territory. Where do you go now?
Does Crow find this?
The timing, he's going to call for support, but they're not going to check. He does, he shoulder peeks it, but it doesn't matter. Forsaken is being such a problem!
ZETA now actually come back to the other side of the map. The wall invested differently now. Forsaken will drift out with the operator once again. How deep does he go exploring? Noted with the flash. And ZETA have to adjust on the back of this now. The post allows up, just leave him there. And the problem being now, the adjustment they forced is 3 players literally just holding B site. They're happy to give up mid. They're happy to give up B heaven as well.
Have to see if there is a plan in mind for ZETA, because now they've been given what I kind of wanted, and it looks like maybe a crunch towards ramp, but you're going in towards arguably the 2 power players in my mind as well. You got Forsaken standing there, and Jing.
Jing, 1 kill off the showstopper as well. If he finds the first, he can slow this hit right down.
Yeah, we've got to see the plan in motion here. These are the 1-2 punch. The ones that can take it all away, but they lose Jing early. But Forsaken's still good for it, but there's the crunch, there's the pinch, but he keeps his life. He stays alive, and this is huge for the side. Has to deal with the pain shell. He can't really do much about it, but the site is lost. He's down low. He's still fighting, and Forsaken still stands. He will not relent until now. Sugar Zero, the only one to tame him. But someone just slipped through. Defy, I thought it was his, it's not ZETA! They force one hand, but then they draw another card, and it's so hard to contain this game. And Forsaken, this man doesn't know what pressure is. He plays outside of it. He plays in a different realm, and he's gone walkabouts again. The smoke should be at least a little bit of a nod of,
He's in
just be
supers.
careful, because Forsaken is behind enemy lines at 10. This is your duty now. This is your one job. You catch this, it's a whole different game. You spot it, but you can't deal with it. He's out of there already. Escapes, spots another on the way, and Forsaken is just absolutely thriving right now as best he can. Finally handled. The front line is dealt with, but now you've got the 4 other players, and you've taken very little space so far.
Like you said, it's the clock, really. There's a minute left now. And it's taken them this long to just greet Forsaken.
He is such a nasty player, man. So talented at being just a constant threat.
See, actually, Mind Freak still posted up once again. Late wall comes out from Divide. We dealt with pretty quickly here, but the key indicator for them actually finds an angle, but no real damage done. Actually, Sugar Zero, has he got the timing on this?
Hey, Sugar Zero's a god right now,
Spike
unleashing
down,
on 2. 30 seconds. He has delivered in these late rounds more than once now. Divide goes up. Laz going to keep just a little bit of a vision towards CT in case. Depp's going to hear that. He's definitely going to hear this. Oh, it's so sharp from Depp. The swing! ZETA are on 12.
Haven't found value of anything.
No. Ults, positioning, map control, they've tried it all. They've tried to get a little aggressive down middle on the extremities. They've tried so many looks, and ZETA have found so many answers. And Forsaken again, he has to be the one to do this. He's challenging Sugar Zero, who's been god tier. He is a man uncaged right now. Looking for anything, but he knows his opposing numbers there almost in this fight. But while this all happens, the pressure, it's been building on the A site, the exchange of utility, so it's patience and discipline over towards B, while the plan begins on the A site.
And ZETA know that the pressure leans in their favor. Anticipating another push through from somebody on the side of PRX, but actually, if Forsaken will find a tag, we'll spot the second as well. Just away from it. I mean, actually still finding space towards heaven here. Jing actually will find contact in mid as well. Able to get away from the slow wall blow.
Crunch, this is so dangerous. There's still players. Benkai, he's been dealt with. Ten's found him. Deep work towards CT now. You can see the blind coming out. Jing gets a chance at it, but he can't quite convert on it. Big jump forward. Device there. He's got the upgrade to the rifle. Sugar Zero still stands. It's 20 seconds. It's Mind Freak and Forsaken to hold it all together. Or ZETA begin their legacy with the finals now calling as Forsaken, the only one alive. 2 HP, 10 wants it, can't get it. Forsaken still stands. And this is it. A 1v3 for it all. Make it a 1v4. They're giving him nothing and he will take from them everything. But the time is still ticking. And he's got to find 3. And the step on the corner